You probably already know there's a lot going on right now in the world. Things that we can see, things that we can feel, and perhaps things that we're not as aware of, but they are going on. So there's a lot of shifting in this planet, a lot of releasing, a lot of shadow and darkness being lifted up. And that's a good thing because that's what we need for change and for evolution and for elevating consciousness. We need to be releasing and addressing and feeling perhaps a lot of discomfort because it's new. And just like when we do our personal work or when we are personally healing or personally evolving and discovering new aspects of ourselves, it can be very uncomfortable and it can be a dark time, but it's only a phase and it's a passage into the next thing, which is more growth, more awareness, and higher levels of consciousness on the individual level. So what we see in the world is a mirror to what is going on inside of us, and vice versa. What is going inside of us is also a mirror for what is happening without. So remembering that universal law, as above, so below, and as within, so without. So we really want to think in terms of inner, outer, being a reflection of each other when we look at how the world, the collective, is evolving and shifting, and perhaps that might be not always pleasant. It's the very same as what we see happening on an individual level, because people are waking up to different aspects of themselves, and the more people do that, the better, because it will help our whole world evolve. One of the things that came up today in this meditation was a really interesting concept I've never thought of or seen before, but it's that we each are like a key. We each are a key to unlocking a unique door, because we're all so unique. Each individual has their own gifts, their own way of interpretation, their own experiences, and really we're a unique blend of the universe. Like, we're an expression of the universe, we're an expression of God. We are a unique expression of light. And when we tune into our light within, when we tune into the God within us, we are able to share a very unique aspect of being alive to the world. So when you just think about someone who's realized themselves, someone who realizes their potential, realizes their truth, their strengths, their gifts, and then they go out into the world and they create, or they share, or they make change, or they give back the way they love. All of that is very unique to the individual, because no two people are exactly the same. So just think, if we all were to realize the divinity within us, realize our light, and feel and see that, and then express ourselves in the world from that place, what kind of doors would we be opening up, each person? So this concept of each of us being a key holder to a unique door, and the way we open up that door is by healing and evolving and realizing our inner light. This concept is new to me, like I said, but it was very profound and interesting, because I saw, and I see all of us this way now. So we each are like a key, right? But we're also the keyhole. So you know those old-fashioned keys that, I don't know, I just keep picturing like Cinderella or something, like medieval, or, I mean, Cinderella was she medieval time? No. No, she was not. But I picture like a really old-fashioned key. It's the kind that looks like it opens a lock, more like, and it has like a long neck and like maybe a fancy little end, and then like this little like three-pronged like insertion side. I don't know anything about keys, so I'm sure I'm getting all the terminology wrong, but they're long keys and they just look old-fashioned, and they could be big, you know, that maybe not, they could be small. But we're like that key, but we're also the keyhole. So when you put the key inside the hole, a lot of times the hole in these old-fashioned keys are like a circle on top and then like a little dress at the bottom, or like half of a pyramid shape. I'm not sure if you're understanding the shape I'm talking about, but I mean, I could just draw it for you, look, and then you'll understand what I'm saying. So like the key, okay, first we'll do the keyhole. So it's like this, something like this. Do you see that? Okay, so that's like the old-fashioned keyhole that I saw. And then the key is something like this. Hold on, I'm gonna draw it. So I'm trying to imagine what it would look like on the side. Okay, it's not the best drawing, but it's something, okay? Just to get the idea across. Okay, I'm trying to go fast because I know this is a video, but it's like, I just keep picturing, there's a story in Women Who Run with the Wolves by Clarissa Pinkola Estes. And it is about a key, a woman opening up a key, a door, a secret door, but that's really more like, it's a representation of her psyche. Anyways, and I forget what that story is called, but here's like an old-fashioned key, okay? And it goes into some kind of keyhole like this. So now you get the idea, you get the images that I saw. And so I saw my head as the top of the keyhole. If you go back to that picture, it's like this. And the bottom, it would be like the torso or the body, however you want to look at it. And so there was light filling up my head, going down into my crown. And the story was, what I was being shown is, we are the keyhole, and when we allow the light to come through and we recognize that divinity within, and that we are the holders of the unique door. We are the passage for the door to be open. We are the door itself. We are the key. We allow this light to come and filter through us. Coming in through our head was how I saw it. And then we're able to take the key, open the door, and what do we offer others in the world and ourselves from that place? And that's kind of the point of this healing journey, or just this releasing journey. But what the words that I got were cleanse and purge. We have to cleanse and purge in order to be the holder of the key. We have to cleanse and purge in order to accept that we are that unique door, and accept and see that we have all of this power inherent in us. So cleanse and purge. And I kept hearing those words, cleanse and purge, cleanse and purge, cleanse and purge. And what I was shown was, like, the world is cleansing and purging, the collective is cleansing and purging. That's why so much is being lifted up right now, and it can be a really hard time. There's a lot of polarity, but there's also a lot of shifting and beauty and awareness coming into the planet. And that's because that's also happening on an individual level. Many individuals are awakening, they are shifting, they're changing, they are cleansing and purging. So we're being asked to continue to cleanse and purge. Well, I wanted to get clarity on that because I knew I was going to make a video about whatever came through. And so I asked, what is cleansing and purging, or what must one do to cleanse and purge? And this is what came. So cleansing and purging, it's like when you remove physical clutter in your space, like if you can see, I have kind of a lot of stuff. Look at my shelves. They're kind of filled up, right? Cleansing and purging of the shelves would be maybe removing everything off of the shelf, having a clean slate, and then deciding which item goes back on the shelf and which item is no longer necessary. This is what it's like to cleanse and purge internally. We must look at our patterns, we must look at our behaviors, we must look at ourselves and be intentional and reflective about which items we are keeping within us. It's very important that we are intentional and purposeful about how we do that in our lives, because moving forward, it's almost like what we decide to carry from now into the future is going to really impact our lives and the future of our planet. So we need to be more decisive, more deliberate about what stays and what goes as we cleanse and purge. So asking yourself, what's on my shelves? What are on my internal shelves? What can I do without? What behaviors or thought, trains of thought or like patterns of thinking are useful to me and I should keep, and what really needs to be looked at and questioned? What's on the shelf? Okay, that was the analogy that they showed me. It's like cleansing and purging is like taking everything off of the shelf and looking at it with new eyes and really deciding, do I want to carry this with me into the future? It's like if you were moving into a new home, would you want all those items on that shelf to come with you to the new home? Because that's essentially what's happening. Is what I was told today is we are getting ready as a collective and on an individual level to move into a new home, move into a new energy, move into a new way of being and thinking that is going to last for a long time. So again, we want to be deliberate about what we choose is coming. Another way to cleanse and purge that they told me was I got this sense of just being at the beach, and it was really any body of water. If you can visualize a very peaceful, serene body of water, or take yourself physically to that location, you go in front of the body of water, and that setting, that scenery is a very useful image and location to be in, because it reminds us of what a clean slate feels like. So being in front of a body of water, if you live by a lake, if you live by a river, if you live by an ocean or whatever, a pond even, you go and you contemplate and you think about this, what does this cleansing and purging look like for me? And if you don't have access to a body of water, that's okay, because I saw it in my mind's eye and it was clear as day and it felt just like I was there. So you can, of course, recreate a memory when you were by water, or create for the first time being in front of a still ocean or lake, whatever it is. And that sense of clear slate will be stronger, and the clean slate. And it's like that, just that feeling of peace is what we're looking to create in our lives. That feeling of clarity that water can represent is what we're looking to create in our lives. And water also represents our emotional selves and our spiritual selves. So taking water as a representation of what is it we're trying to create, what's going to benefit us the most moving into the future? Well, it's the attributes and symbolism of water. It's clarity of mind, clarity of living, clarity of physical space. It's calm, stillness, peace within. And what do we need to do in our lives, get rid of in our lives, or bring into our lives to invite that calm and peace in our lives, not only internally but externally? Do we want to have chaotic relationships, tumultuous relationships? Or do we want to have relationships that are still and soothing and very calm, have a calming effect on our being? And then also the water represents spirituality. So we want to grow and enhance ourselves as human beings by connecting to our spiritual selves. And what does that mean for you? What does that look like for you? Also, water representing emotions. Like I said, it's like, what sort of emotional work is necessary in order for you to move into that new home, in order for us to evolve as a collective, and for you on a personal level to get in touch with deeper aspects of yourself. Maybe there's hurts, maybe there's pain, maybe there's unexpressed feelings, maybe there's emotions that have been repressed, and we want to have the courage to look at that. But remember, doing it with clarity, doing it with calmness, doing it with a deliberate intention is kind of the name of the game. It's like, that's what this is all about. So beach water, that was beach/water was part of the answer when I asked, how does one cleanse and purge? So we've got a list of answers here. So far, that concept of what's on the shelf, that's one way you can cleanse and purge and really understand this concept. The other thing is to visualize or get yourself in front of a body of water and bring that sense of clarity, calm, peacefulness, emotional depth, spiritual connection, and clear thinking to your life. And then ask the question, what would you choose to build on? What would you choose to keep? So if I'm thinking of myself right now, and I really want to embrace the feeling of reaching my potential and really understanding the light within me. In order to do that, what will you need to keep and what will you need to let go of? Very simple question. If I'm moving into the new home, if I'm going into the future, and our globe is shifting on such a strong energetic level, we're really shifting into a new space here. What do we want to bring with us into that new space? What will you choose to build on and keep? What will you choose to let go of? Questions like that. And then again, just to reiterate, as we cleanse and purge, the earth is able to continue to cleanse and purge. So when we do this individual work, we're supporting the collective and we're supporting the humans as a whole, but it starts with us. It has to start within. We can't ask for anything outside of us to change if we aren't doing it ourselves, or if we're not mirroring that intention that we have for the greater good. So remember, as above, so below, as within, so without. We want to be a mirror of the things we want to create, and we are a mirror. So if you feel like things have been really crazy for you, that's a reflection of what's happening on the outside. If you feel that you've been in a really calm and grounded place, that's also a mirror of what's been going on the outside, because we have people who are experiencing both. It is a tumultuous time. There is a lot of polarity happening as so much is being lifted up. So you could be on one end of the spectrum while someone's on the other end of the spectrum, but you're on the same linear, or the same, I should say, pole of this is going to be a time where things are shifting and changing. So however you experience that is representative of what's going on the greater level. And yeah, it might change, it might shift, where there's ups and downs, so that's part of it too. But ongoing, we want to think of these concepts, filling our crowns, our bodies with this light energy, and really understanding the inherent light and love and divinity within us. When we embrace that about ourselves, we are the key holders, we are the door, we are the key to new possibilities and to a unique way of expressing ourselves in the world, a way that's in line with our essence, and it's healthy, and it's what we're meant to do, is to realize our true selves. And how do we do that? You know, cleansing and purging, that is the big theme of this general collective and energetic reading that was done today. A lot of this information was channeled, of course, so it was new to me too. I was fascinated, I was interested. There were so many questions that I had, and fortunately we got a lot of answers. So I'm happy I'm able to share that with you, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Oh, and remember to subscribe to the channel if you want more videos like this. Also, you can go to my website and stay in touch that way, because I'm not doing as many videos as I used to. As I just made this announcement yesterday, so I won't be making as many videos for the time being, but I will be focusing on other things. So if you want to stay connected, go to my website, xandermind.com, and you can get on my email list, and that's just one of the many ways you can stay connected with me, okay? I'll talk to you later. Bye.